Hello, my friends. I hope that the wind is not too much for you, but today we are going to do a spring solstice activation. I was thinking manifestation, but this is an activation, which will in turn help you with manifesting. Absolutely. So I'm going to talk just a little bit, and then I'm going to move just into a voiceover to do the activation. In case you want to relax, you want to meditate with it, totally feel free. But if you'll allow me just to stand up, I would like to mention that the guidebook to the goddess who became the world is now officially available on Amazon. I will make sure that that is linked below for anybody who's interested. But essentially, we are dealing with a shift. And I'm sure if you're watching my video, you have seen this shift already, because not only are we changing seasons, but we have had, I don't know if it's more than one astrologer, but definitely one astrologer for sure that has been featured on Mysterious Universe podcast that I love, has said that the Kali Yuga is changing as of March 21st, 2025. Now, March 20th is the spring solstice, so we have a changing of the seasons. We also have an end to the astrological new year. We move from Pisces, the very end of the astrological calendar, into Aries. So if you are feeling, I know a lot of people have been feeling this, if you've been feeling like you are just kind of at your wit's end, and then maybe in the past few days you've been feeling a little more activated, a little more heightened, it's because your body is acclimating to this new, definitely weather, but you could call it astrological weather if you'd like, because we need to remember that yes, the planet is the goddess who made your life, the goddess who became the world. If you're interested to know more of her story, definitely buy my book. But not only that, we're on her, in her, and floating through space, and she is navigating us through space. So we are susceptible to changes in astrological weather as well. And it affects us. It really does affect us beyond just, our birth chart, but each astrological change affects us as human beings, not only because we are pretty much just energy, but we're also mostly water. And when these things change and shift, we definitely feel it. So if you have been feeling like you're moving through the rest of your own blockages, and I've talked to multiple people, like if you're somebody who watches my videos and you've sent me a DM and you're like, I don't know what's going on, I feel like I'm unraveling, and I'm like, yeah, we're all unraveling our own bullshit right now. Like, if you feel that applies to you, just know that you are not alone. There's a lot of people who are going through this exact same thing. And it's, it's just a shift, right? It's just a shift. So now as the spring, some guy was eyeballing me, we welcome the spring equinox, the changing of the seasons. It's also called Ostara, which is after the goddess, of course. When we're in tune with the planet, we automatically sync up with the astrological weather and the changes. So really, and I feel like I say this all the time, but it's still true no matter how many times I say it, the first gateway to unraveling your fullest potential, your divine potential, is grounding, is connecting to Mother Earth, is getting out in the cathedral of trees, wherever you are, because the trees, everything is the body of the goddess, but the trees have this frequency that they give off, and it's a frequency of healing. It is pure goddess vibe. So as soon as you're beside a tree, you can feel it. You feel your system relax. You feel your blood pressure reduce. You feel your heartbeat go back to normal. And all of these things are, today is such a beautiful day, and I'm in the park. And if you're Canadian, you know what I mean, that people go crazy as soon as it's nice out. There's people blasting music and stuff like that. So that's why I'll probably switch to a voiceover, just with some meditation music in the background so that you can really relax and unwind. But the intention here is to fully activate your divine potential. This rebirth that's happening right now across the globe is in tandem with the goddess. We are moving forward with the goddess who became the world. She's been reaching out to us one-on-one. I know that. I've had people, in my comments confirm, oh, now you see me, that it's true. That they've also felt like the goddess was reaching out to them to recruit them to the cause of not only embodying your own divine potential, but doing so in a way that works with the partnership of Earth so that Earth can support us, because she certainly does. And we are really just going to start off by pulling out anything that's in your field that is no longer serving you. And then we're going to replace it with the grounding vibes of Gaia. I've also had multiple people in my DMs saying that they feel like they're kind of going crazy right now. And I'm like, yeah, one, you're not going crazy. Two, it's because we're receiving all of these downloads and initiations to switch, to become in tune, become a partner and power share with our planet. So what we have to do is ground and plug into her. We are electrical beings. At the end of the day, we have to ground our bodies. Now, the reason why it's so powerful is because when we ground our bodies, we ground in to Mother Nature, who is the goddess who is here as a planet, who created humanity with her male counterpart, who is not here. If you want to know why he's not here, pick up my book and you can learn the full story of the goddess who became the world, because it's a very important message and it really adds a lot of context. I don't know about you, but I'm somebody that needs to know why, which is why I'm here at this point, because I connected with Gaia for such a long time and she just naturally bloomed and unfolded into showing me that she was actually the divine Sophia who became our planet. Okay. friends. That is your solstice. Equinox? Do I keep calling it solstice? Whatever. The seasons are changing. They changed today. Oh, God. That's your activation. You are now fully activated and aligned with your most divine potential, which includes moving through your own bullshit. It's something we all have to do, and it is work that is more than worthwhile to do, so that you can get rid of the imposter syndrome. You can get rid of thinking that you have to be somebody else to do whatever it is you want to do. Whatever your true desires are, the desires of your heart, and if you don't know them, connect with Planet Earth and she will help you unravel them and unfold them. Those desires are on your heart because it's how the goddess wants you to express in her world. Again, if that is something that you're hearing about it for the first time and you want to know more about who she is, how she became the world, how you can connect with her now, and even connect with her in a meaningful way in a little guided journey that we go on in my book, make sure that you pick up the guidebook to the goddess who became the world. Oh, it's not super long. It is meant to just be your gateway to even more, your gateway to understanding our earth and why it's so divine, why it's teeming with life, and why some of the creatures are weird, as well as understanding why goddess worship is the original religion. And if you want an alternative to all religions, here it is. If you're tired of the Abrahamic blah 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 that gets you nowhere, it's time for us to work with nature, which includes working with ourselves, working with our bodies, working with each other, but identifying where the source of our life comes from so that she can continue to propel us forward into even more life, into realizing our heart's desires that are often our childhood dreams. You know, we tend to lose that. We tend to get distracted, and the goddess just brings us right back to that in really synchronistic ways that you can't plan for. That is my favorite part about working with the goddess, is all you have to do is know her and do your best to remain in a state of joy, and she pulls crazy strings behind the scenes for you. You just have to get into the mode where you are able to receive them. That's what the work is getting into a mode where you are pulling out the bullshit that is in your field that is stopping you from thinking you deserve the best life that you can have, that you deserve to be in touch with your planet, that you deserve to be loved, all of these things, that you're worthy of that. She helps you. She helps you with that too. She teaches. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. I really loved that, especially when I was like pulling the energy from the forest and then a gust of wind would come. I'm like, yeah, Gaia, let's go. Ciao.